Dinner! Dinner!
For today's cup of coffee, youngest kid is trying to drive away evil spirits.
This is a sad, pathetic bell.
It's not. If you get lots of them, my intention was to put them on a silken cord, because at one time I did have some nice little Tibetan bells on silken cord, and I had them in doorways, because that's what you're supposed to do. But that was many years ago.
This ain't even a good bitch bell. I can't even just...
Well, it's because you're not holding it correctly. You're holding it too tight.
Oh, fuck that delicate bullshit.
And these are actually, those were an Etsy find, and I got quite a few of them for not a horrible price, and they're nice little brass bells. So you can find some really good stuff on Etsy. Kid was talking about that a couple of cups ago.
Yes.
So support the folks over there on Etsy. Yeah.
If I open an Etsy shop, y'all can support us.
Absolutely. Kid is actually, he has some artwork on Redbubble.
Yeah.
So you could go and support him on Redbubble too. Did we put that link?
Some of it is original, some of it is not.
Are you selling other people's stuff?
I sure as hell am. I sure as hell am. You know why? Because I can't get my own damn book for the recently deceased, so I made one on Redbubble.
Well,
even
that's
though
all right.
many other people did. Plus, I couldn't find a poster for a specific book cover of Goosebumps, so I put it on there.
He actually does.
And LSD Dream Emulator, I put some shit on there about that.
He actually does have some of his work on there. Do you still have
Just
work on DeviantArt?
Yeah, but I don't post on there anymore.
Yeah, but people could go and look at your creations. He is actually a very talented artist. Weird kid, but a very talented artist. That goes hand in hand.
I wonder where I get that from. Hi, twin.
Speaking of weird, this is an installment that goes into the What the Fuck files. Because, yes, why would we not?
Yeah.
This comes from the DailyMail and is by Sophie Mann, September the 13th of 2022. And I have looked up how to pronounce this lady's name. There is no general consensus. There were people that's going, this is how you pronounce it, and other people going, nope, that's not right. But they didn't provide an actual pronunciation, so who knows?
Just like, here you go, here's the name, deal with it.
I'm going to call it a certain way or speak it a certain way, and if it's
butcher it all you want,
correct, then my apologies. So Emily Tuitt says that she's been traumatized after an airline lost the bag containing her waterproof prosthetic leg, which she needed for activities on her beach vacation, including swimming and standing up in the shower.
Now, how do you get away with losing someone's leg?
Tuitt, who is 26 of Texas,
I would be traumatized too.
Spent her entire recent San Diego vacation on the phone with Allegiant Airlines in a desperate search to retrieve the bright blue bag she checked ahead of her September the 1st flight. Finally, on September the 12th, Tuitt's bag with her expensive custom medical device inside was returned days after her vacation had ended.
It's like, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
And
y'all couldn't... Now, I know for a fact they got enough employees to sort through that shit. They just don't want to.
And
seriously, they just don't want to.
Tuitt had stated, quote, I spent almost every day of my 8-day trip stressed, worried, and trying to get information from Allegiant. And she couldn't believe that it took 12 days to get her medical device back. And she also stated,
a medical device?
It can take over a year to have a leg made. It's not easy with insurance to have medical devices remade for you. I was like, I need to do everything in my power to get the bag back somehow. So yeah, I did a lot to get there. And she was interviewed by Austin station KXAN, and of course by the Daily Mail. And she had stated to the Daily Mail that her experience with Allegiant Airlines was traumatic because of how much time she devoted to speaking with the employees that amounted to zero progress. What did she expect?
Yeah.
And she stated, "They never called me back after promising to do so. It seemed near impossible to get in touch with them," end quote. At one moment in the saga, she was told by an airline representative that her bag never successfully made it onto her flight out of Austin despite being given a tracking number. Tuitt concluded that someone must have stolen her leg, the bag with the leg. And however, but just one day after KXAN reached a media spokesperson with Allegiant, Tuitt received a call that her bag had been located.
Yeah, because they flat out don't want to fuck with it until they go public with it.
Absolutely.
Whether or not, that is the good thing about social media. You can go on there and blast their ass.
Mm-hmm. And it needed to be done. It says that the blue suitcase had somehow mistakenly been tagged with another passenger's information and was sitting in a baggage claim in Provo, Utah.
Now how the fuck?
And she stated, so...
Now how the fuck
so
do they do that? That's bullshit. Do they not have x-ray machines?
They were calling that person saying, "We have your bag." And that person was saying, "It's not mine," quote. What if they had gone and claimed it?
They would have opened it right then and there and been like, "This... the fuck is wrong with y'all?"
And it says, she further states, "Meanwhile, I'm frantic, panicked, thinking that my items were gone, just like stolen from the airport. So I really learned a lesson for sure about flying and tracking your stuff."
Keep it on your person.
Well, that's it.
Put it in your overhead luggage.
It says
your carry-on.
A spokesperson for the airline said Allegiant provided to it with a refund in the amount of $60, which covers her baggage fee.
That's it?
Wait, it gets better. In addition,
I would have sued.
In addition, we kindly asked Miss Tuitt to submit receipts for compensation and processing, added the spokesperson. That was a big fuck you.
Yes.
And Tuitt said she asked the airline to refund the cost of her flight, which they declined. And they should have paid her for the cost of it.
Yeah.
Because it ruined the girl's vacation.
Yes.
And she expressed disappointment that the airline failed even to offer covering the cost of her flight, given that her entire trip was spent on the phone trying to contact them. She said, "It's frustrating to think that there's no other compensation for losing someone's medical device for 12 days.
That's when you get a lawyer.
Yeah. Lawyer up. Tuitt said that for future trips, she will be investing in Apple AirTag devices, so she is able to keep tabs on her luggage herself. Are you familiar with these things?
Yes, I have actually looked into getting one myself, but they are a little bit pricey.
I'd say they cost less than losing a prosthetic leg.
Oh, yeah.
And says
I thought about getting one and stuffing it in my wallet.
Well, you could do that. Despite the weight of her waterproof prosthetic, she said she will also lug it around as a carry-on rather than experience such a nerve-wracking delay again.
First of all, that's a thing that you put as a carry-on anyway.
Well, you would think. Tuitt advised passengers to be vigilant at the baggage check desk and ask to see that the correct information is listed on luggage so that it doesn't end up in the wrong place. Quote, "I'm not sure why they put the incorrect label on my luggage, but it impacted both my trip and my trust in future travel as someone who has to fly with a medical device," she stated to the Daily Mail. God love her. And the link to the article will be in the description box, and you can go on there.
I'm sure she's not using that airline again. I'm sure she's never going to use that airline again.
I wouldn't. But it's also...
Delta ain't any better.
Well, no, it's said that all of them do things like that. And it's like, why? Why would you do that? But also, when you have that type of medical device, I don't know if you could label that, if that would have any kind of bearing on whether they would take better care of it or not. Probably not. But prosthetics have to be custom made. I mean, it's not like they just bring one out. It's not like it's just like,
stick that on somebody. Mainstream, just go to Walmart, get you a good prosthetic leg.
I've known people.
$50.
I've known people that had prosthetic limbs before, and
that's just custom fitted.
It is. It's custom fitted, and those things are horribly expensive.
I went to public school with a kid who had a prosthetic leg.
Yeah. So, and anymore where there's a lot of amputees out there.
Yeah.
And some of them don't even want to fool with it, so they don't. Of course, if it's
hop around.
Well, not necessarily the leg. That's sort of a have to. Although I have seen, that they'll use the wheelchairs and the little hover around things.
I'll use the damn hover around.
A lot of the people that have missing arms, they just don't even fool with it, because the prosthetic limbs, it's.
Hell no. I'm going to make something artistic. I'm going to do what that one girl did in that one music video, whatever the fuck her name is, but the song is called Prototype, and she had a prosthetic leg custom made for that music video in specific, and it looked like a spike.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was an artistic thing.
And she also had one that was made that glowed.
Right.
That lit up. They can literally works of art. They can be works of art. Why don't
Right. Well, and that was somebody, but those things would be even more expensive.
That's when you customize them yourself. You just get the baseline leg and then you just do it yourself.
Well, and it's one of those that it has to fit properly, because if it doesn't, it can rub blisters or different things like that on the stump. And what it is. It's called. It is a stump. And like I said, I've been around quite a few people that had prosthetics. And with the legs, and it's like, especially in the summer and stuff, it gets hot, and they have to wear like a little sock thing over the stump, and then they attach the prosthesis to it. Yeah, and God love them. And self-conscious. A lot of these people are extremely self-conscious.
Well, yeah.
And for her to be brave enough, if you want to say that, to go to a beach. And to have the one that was waterproof and different things like that. And her whole vacation was ruined because of these assholes.
They don't give a fuck.
Well, I hope she does.
They don't care.
I hope she does lawyer up. And the fact that, who is it, the Daily Star or whoever is, DailyMail, is talking about it. The fact that we're talking about it. It needs to be talked about. It's like, whoever this airline is, Allegiant Airlines, tighten up. Now shit now.
All of them.
Yeah.
Actually do your fucking job, man.
Yeah. I mean, what if it had been something, anything? If people didn't want to take this stuff with them, they wouldn't have packed it.
What if it was a machine, those like machines that people have for asthma or whatever?
Right.
What if it was one of those?
Well, I think some of those medical devices that you would probably put that as carry-on or whatever.
I don't know if you can or not. That's the thing.
Yeah. So but God love her. I'd be calling a lawyer. I'd be calling somebody for
lawyer the fuck up.
What is it? Disabled Americans.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, because that was just sort of crazy.
That was a bunch of bullshit that was needless. Mm-hmm. Like, she was like, hey, my leg is here. My leg is gone. Right. And yet they're calling someone else, be like, your package is here. When they could have just scanned that through a fucking x-ray machine and been like, oh.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. When
the person was literally telling them, hey, this ain't my luggage.
Right. I mean, at least they didn't go and collect it. Of course, they probably wouldn't have, because they didn't. She had the receipt for it.
Yeah.
And so this was just pointless. It was just pointless. Now, that people could do better than that. Maybe maybe she should have sent her
just wanted to
luggage
fuck
through
around.
FedEx or UPS. It probably would have gotten there where it was supposed to be.
Just ship it to the fucking hotel and be like,
Yeah.
hey, I mailed my leg here.
I would say that probably would have been a
Put it in a
better
flat rate
option.
box.
Really, I think it would have been one of those large flat rate boxes.
Yep.
So it's just craziness. So that definitely was a what the fuck file.
Tighten the fuck up.
Yeah. Like I said, I went down
My leg.
at the jail that one time. Now that was interesting when you had somebody that came in that had to be processed and they had a prosthetic, whatever. Yeah.
You confiscated his
I
leg?
did. I was sitting there working and booking, and I see him going by with somebody's leg thrown over his shoulder. And I'm like, did you confiscate somebody's leg? And they had to check it for contraband because people really have done that before.
Loves it.
That's the reason if you're going to visit somebody in a correctional facility and you do have a prosthetic, whatever, you'd probably be better off getting one of the ones that are, does not look like a leg, that it's got like the aluminum that the runners use. Mm-hmm. Those things are pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's got like a spring thing on the back of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. Now, you might have some problems with the metal detector there. But they could run the wand over you.
Dear God.
Oh, the things I've seen. If you have some kind of
It makes you
metal,
wonder about the people who have metal implants.
they have to carry a doctor's whatever that states, it's an official whatever, that states that they do have
If they're
some kind
arrested,
of
they don't have
implanted.
that on them.
Well, no, they better. They better. Because some of
Like
those
you
things.
scan your arm, they scan their arm, and it's like beep beep beep. Even like without any clothing, it's still beeping off the hook.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What?"
That will happen to Mom. If she ever has to go through a metal detector, she will now set off the metal detector. And that's what the doctor had told her.
Oh God.
And he's like, she asked him, I think, about documentation because more than likely she's overheard us talking about such things. And he's like, just show them the scar. I don't know that that's going to be enough. I would have him write, I would have literally a medical excuse, a doctor's excuse. Yes, this person has a metal plate and screws in their arm. They will set off metal detector.
Cannot be removed at any point.
Oh, and she can't as far as like MRI or any of that stuff.
She can't do any of that.
No,
shit. She'll be sucked up to it.
Well, it's the magnets and stuff would probably pull the screws out, which would be horrific. God help.
Oh,
The what the fuck files. So
loves it.
if you have any kind of body part that is detachable, you might want to keep up with that. Ship it ahead by FedEx.
UPS for flat rate box.
Yeah. They could package it for you there.
Bubble wrap. Here's my leg. Pump. Pack this up.
They probably could do that. And you know what? That would be interesting to go down to the UPS store and ask some of those people, what is the strangest thing that anyone has ever asked you to ship?
I want to know if I could buy some lost packages from them.
Can you do that? Mm-hmm. Really? At a discount? And what is the price on it?
I don't know. But there are some sites that you can buy lost mail from.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Now, if it's for the right cheap price, we might invest in that. I'm trying to think, what would be the worst thing that you could get?
A used toothbrush.
I can't see anybody putting forth the amount to pack, to ship that to anybody.
Returned.
As long as it's not
returned.
like decomposing bodies, that would be the fear.
Oh no, sure. So you know Bunny that I walk?
Yes.
She got a package that had 2 used toothbrushes in it.
Now, why would somebody, like I said...
It was a return. The heads were gone at least.
I thought that was, well, that's a good one. It would have probably been better if they had the heads on that one. I thought that was like underwear, that you can't return that stuff once it's been used.
You can't return underwear, but you can sure as hell return a $50 toothbrush.
Who the hell pays $50 for a toothbrush?
Who pays $5 for a toothbrush? I'll pay $1. I'll give you a quarter for it. I'll lift that shit.
Oh, actually, we have some of those. What are they? It's the electric toothbrushes.
I don't know. I don't have an electric toothbrush anymore.
Did you break yours?
Mine's been gone for 2 years now, and you haven't noticed?
No, because I keep up with my stuff. You're 23 years old.
I've been using a fucking...
You're 23 years old.
I've been using the fucking black toothbrush that's just like...
The charcoal ones?
Yeah. I had ones that were bamboo, that had like a bamboo handle at one point.
I have one of those that's Braun, and they're very good electric toothbrushes. They're not horribly priced. You just switch the heads out on them.
I do want to try out those Quip toothbrushes though, even though they are expensive, but I want to try them out.
You have to. It doesn't matter what kind you use. It's a matter of, do you use it?
I use it. My teeth don't say so, but I use it.
But anyhow, I would not. How much did she pay for this package? This unclaimed package?
I know that she doesn't talk about prices.
Well, she doesn't have to, but...
Oh.
Well, if it was unclaimed...
She's got a whole ass room that looks like a damn oddity shop.
Well, and that's okay. Like I said, she's got the money that she can do that. Is that right?
She saved up that money, so...
Well, yeah.
And she's earned that money rightfully so,
I'm not begrudging her. I'm just saying, she has the money that she can do such things.
Yeah. We will too. One day.
If they were returning the toothbrushes
without the heads. Without the heads.
Right. So so they never got the refund for the used toothbrushes. Is that what it was?
I'm sure
were
they got
defective?
I'm sure they got the refund, but I think they just were like, fuck this. You can buy returned items too.
It depends on what the return is.
You can buy a box of random returns.
You know, there's a reason.
And it's a mystery.
Things,
mystery boxes.
Some mysteries are no. Leave those damn things unsolved. But like I said, no. It's like used Q-tips or something like that.
Get a prosthetic leg in the mail.
God love. I would see me. I would probably be going, did y'all lose? Does anybody know somebody that needs this?
It's like, this ain't ours. Did somebody who lost their whose leg is that? Who lost their leg?
It looks like they would now something. I mean, those things honestly
it's like
are
those giant ass
really
dogs. Whose horse is that?
Those things are really, really expensive.
Yeah,
it looks like that you would have your name and address put in there somewhere.
Oh yes, Billy Joe Bob 515 Street in big Sharpie right on the back.
You don't have to
graffiti style.
No, you could put it on the inside of the prosthetic. If
let me just look down the barrel of the leg.
Right. If found, return
they didn't do that shit. They put the wrong label on the bag. They didn't even bother to open the bag.
Oh, God love her. I hope she does lawyer up and that she gets a full refund and then some, because that these people were asses.
I have to return that leg in a minute.
Yeah, I'm sitting there before we start to record and I'm going, kid, do you happen to have a leg back there? Because he's got doll parts scattered lots of places. Because he changes them and designs them, and what is it that they call it?
It's customization.
Customization, that's what I could think of. So he has random doll body parts scattered.
I once had a box of just bodies. No heads, just bodies.
Torsos. Just the torso.
No, it's the full-on bodies. Just they're all decapitated.
Well, that's okay. What happened to the heads?
I took them off.
And did what with them?
I've used them for other bodies.
Threw them at passing cars. Here you go. Here's one for you. Here's one for you.
I put it
We've
in
got
a
the
bowl.
Halloween parades coming up. There
I
you
put
go.
them all in a jar, and I put a couple spices, and I shoved it in the ground.
I think you have to do that with toenails. You've got a little...
You can do it with rusty nails. You can do it with
Rusty nails is for warts and
spikes.
stuff. Oh, Lord.
That's a curse jar. That's a hex jar right there.
Yeah, don't be telling people how to do that stuff. Don't be
I didn't give them all the secrets away.
witching people. It'll come back on somebody. Anyhow. So
You break the curse by breaking the jar.
Well, it's just... Anyhow, don't be
digging up jars.
Don't be cursing. Well, that's another thing. You don't know that you are not going to get a cursed jar in some of this unclaimed stuff.
If somebody's selling the fucking like full on hexed shit on Amazon, now who does that? I would expect that from Etsy, but not or eBay. I would more so expect that from eBay or Etsy, not Amazon.
Who knows? Who knows? It's lots of things. I don't even.
You can buy
question.
eyeballs on Amazon, not real ones.
Well, yeah.
But
It's questionable.
maybe animal eyeballs, but not human eyeballs.
Someplace those are delicacies. Yeah.
Who the fuck?
I don't go there.
Is it
We'll
like,
save that.
Is it like biting into a thing of mochi after
don't
it's
know.
deep fried? It's
I
just
haven't eaten it.
squish.
But we will do that as a future cup as far as bizarre food items, and it's a cultural thing.
Adam
But-
Savage, bizarre foods.
That's true. But as far as this cup, if
Many
you have
parasites beyond belief.
really, if you have had experiences with the paranormal and/or supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, what the fuck files, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream at
What's your experiences
gmail.com.
with airlines?
That the email address plus the link to the article will be in the description box. Know that you're loved.
Have you ever lost anything from when you were flying? Have you been
God.
on a flight before?
We hope that none of our people have ever had an experience about having a missing prosthetic, whatever. Yeah. Do your spiel.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all. Have a good. Did you also hear about that man who decided to mail himself in a box and then got killed because the thing, like, he landed on his head, basically? The dude threw the package.
Oh, God.
The dude threw his...
That's a Darwin Award right there.
It was!
Oh.
Dude got killed by mailing himself...
Oh, no, he got killed because he was an idiot. That's why.
He mailed himself!
An idiot in their lives.
Stuff
are
myself
soon
in a box and
parted.
ship me off.
Oh, my God. God help us all. We'll see you all on the
Neighbors are
next
like,
cup.
what smells like rot? Bye.
Bye.